Hello and welcome to another episode of Active Quest. I am your host for this episode, Josh Nichols. Joseph Yaden is at E3 for PlayStation Lifestyle.
Bugger.
And right? Hopefully he'll grab a couple of cool pictures for us and maybe some swag. But yeah, and with me is Chris Penwell. Chris, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm pumped.
Yeah, it was a really exciting show. We just finished watching the stream live, and we had our Discord chat up, and we got to talk during it. And Chris, I'm sure people already know, but for those who don't know, Chris usually kind of leans more towards PlayStation, and he actually had a lot of fun with the Xbox conference too, so it was exciting.
And also I'd like to say that the audio might be a bit worse than usual, because there's some background noise from my house right now, so people are around.
Got people playing games and enjoying E3.
Yeah, some D&D. They're actually enjoying some D&D right now.
Oh, nice. D&D's fun. And Joseph, that's for you. This flavor is berry. Berry's my favorite. So, let's just get right into it. No news this week because it's all news. This is our first E3 episode, and we'll be doing individual episodes for all the major conferences. So be sure to tune in for, Bethesda, Nintendo, Square Enix, Ubisoft, any of the episodes you're interested in. We opted out of doing an EA Play one. The only reason is no new games were announced. They just showed footage.
The Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, they did show footage for... Yeah, it looks great. So if you're interested in the new Star Wars game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, check that footage out. Other than that, they just announced new content for all their existing games, which isn't a bad way to go about doing it. We just think it warranted a separate episode. But my wife is pretty excited about the Sims 4 stuff. It looks pretty cool. And the Battlefield stuff looks neat, too. So, that's the only one we're not doing a specific episode for. But anyway, so let's get into Xbox. So, right off the bat, we got footage for The Outer Worlds. Great way to start the show. I think a lot of people are excited for that. That is still a multi-platform game, because it was being developed before Xbox owned Obsidian. But I'm excited about it, because I think it's exciting that everyone on all platforms will get to play a great Obsidian RPG again, because Obsidian makes damn good games. So, Chris, are you excited for The Outer Worlds? Is that a day one buy for you?
Oh yeah, its major competitor is Fallout, of course, and I think this looks much better than it. Like the visuals looks.
I love the visuals look so sharp.
The facial animation looks way better. Yeah. I love the environment art, and it just seems like a vibrant world to explore. But other than that, I have nothing much else to say. I'm looking forward to its release on October 25th. Yeah,
it looks great. I'm actually off that day from work for Medieval Remastered, so I'll probably check that out too. And for everyone, it releases that day. But just let everyone know, it does launch in Game Pass too on Xbox. So
crazy.
You can always check it out in there too. Xbox keeps their Xbox published games in Game Pass. Those don't filter out at all when they add when stuff gets removed. So I wouldn't be surprised if this just stayed in there, since even though it's not exclusive, they do own Obsidian. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. The next game was Bleeding Edge.
They must have made
What's that?
I was saying, they must have made a deal with Take-Two Interactive for that.
Oh yeah, since they owned Obsidian while it was being made. Yeah, I'm sure they kind of have a partial stake in the sales and whatnot. So
they're publishing the game.
Yeah. So the next game was Bleeding Edge from newly acquired Xbox studio Ninja Theory. But hey, Ninja Theory is not new. Everyone knows that they've got some damn good games in their resume. From most recently Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, all the way back to Devil. They did DMC, right?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, that one, which I've heard mixed things in that, but overall it seems like people enjoyed it.
It's awesome. Screw those people.
So that one, we got some gameplay shown. At least it looked like gameplay. It could have been cutscene, but it looked like it was an engine. June 27th, we've got a technical alpha, so that's pretty cool. So anyone on the fence or wanting to kind of check it out will be able to. Chris, how did this look to you? This kind of reminded me of Sunset Overdrive's kind of realistic but kind of cel-shaded kind of graphics.
So Bleeding Edge is kind of a 4v4 brawler game. It looks brutal, but it kind of looks like its art style is kind of like Overwatch. It's interesting. And it has, I love the character designs. It seems like it has a lot of personality. And Ninja Theory has worked on this before Microsoft even bought them, because they worked on this for 6 years or something like that. A long time. That's what they said at the conference. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this game, and I think that's a really good exclusive for Xbox.
Yeah, I like the Overwatch comparison too, because it does kind of give me Overwatch vibes. Kind of reminded me of ARMS a little bit too, just with how snappy the animation, and I mean that in a good way. Like it just looked really, it looked good. So yeah, that looks really cool. They didn't say if that'd be in Game Pass, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's it's an Xbox game. So
yeah.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp was shown next, and that's from Moon Studios, and that's also an Xbox-owned studio. I think this game's already pretty well known because the first game was received very well.
Yeah.
So we got to see some gameplay and a trailer, and we got a release date.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, no release date on Bleeding Edge. We just know it's happening and a beta's coming. Or technical alpha. So Ori is coming out February 11th, 2020. And looks pretty great. Chris, you were even saying that it looked good. And
this looks amazing. The first one. Those bosses look incredible in the trailer they showed. And I wish PlayStation would take a note of this, or Sony. Because they had bloody release dates for their games.
Yeah.
We know exactly what's coming up from Xbox, and that's exciting.
Yeah, it's nice getting to see, like, oh, that looks good, and here's when I can expect it.
And they're being transparent with what's coming up, Yeah, like, right now, I'm not too excited about PlayStation 4 because we don't know what's coming.
Yeah, so far I think all we really know about are Medieval and Death Stranding. I think.
Yeah.
As far as exclusives go. Minecraft Dungeons is coming out from Mojang, and Chris and I are both pretty excited about this. This looks like a Diablo style game, but in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Top down camera. Looks like maybe sometimes it might go behind the shoulder. I couldn't really tell, but. Not first person, like, regular Minecraft. And Chris noted, too, this is coming to PS4 as well, which I think is great because Xbox chose to keep Minecraft multi-plat, which I think is cool because, that's how it started,
Yeah.
So, that's cool. I don't think it said if it was coming to Switch, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came to the Switch with how Microsoft and Nintendo have been together.
I'm just going to check on that. But you keep carrying on.
Okay. Next game, Chris was pretty excited about, but man, I was fucking losing it. It's a new Blair Witch game.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Like when it was first shown, I was like, is this Alan Wake? Is this Alan Wake 2? Oh my god. And then
because it had those Pacific Northwest vibes, and it was kind of horror themed. Yeah, Chris got me fucking like, oh my god, Alan Wake. But that's
I'm not lying though. There
were people in the chat too that were like, oh my god, Alan, yeah. So this game looks great. I enjoyed the Blair Witch movie back in the day. I haven't seen the newest one yet. It looks cool though. But anyway, my point in saying that is I'm excited about this independently from my feelings on the movie. Like just even as a game, this looks really exciting. It's kind of got that found footage vibe. We don't know if this is an exclusive. All that was really clear was it's launching on Xbox and PC, and it will be on Game Pass. This releases August 30th, 2020. So that's coming out a little over a year from now. And I'm sorry, I'm not used to hosting. I'm missing stuff. Minecraft Dungeons comes out spring 2020. So we didn't get a hard release date. Well. Oh, and Switch. Fantastic.
Yep.
I would encourage everyone to check out Minecraft Dungeons because I think that's going to have a lot of universal appeal. Not only for fans of Minecraft, but also, even if you're not a fan of Minecraft, I think you'll enjoy the gameplay loop from Diablo is what it looks like it's echoing very well. So, Chris, does Blair Witch look good to you at all? Does that look like something you're going to check out?
It's not usually my kind of thing. These kind of horror games, but it does look pretty sweet. It looks inspired by Outlast and things like that. So
definitely,
it's exciting. It's day one Game Pass. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So next up was Cyberpunk 2077 from CD Projekt Red. That's of course not necessarily new news. We all have known about this game and very hyped, but we got to see gameplay
and the release date.
And a release date. Yep, April 16th, 2020. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. Had we seen gameplay before or not really?
Yes, we have. We have.
Okay.
We've seen a 50-minute gameplay demo of this before, actually.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. Okay.
And also, there's something else we found out about this game. It stars John Wick's Keanu Reeves, which is amazing.
Is so cool. He came out on stage and said that CD Projekt Red reached out to him and asked if he'd be interested. He kind of noted how he wasn't really familiar with that kind of game or anything, but that he sounded excited about the opportunity and to be able to dive into that world. He sounded very interested in like the setting. So yeah, very exciting. very cool having Keanu Reeves out on stage.
Yeah. Henry Cavill has been a big CD Projekt Red guy as well, so maybe he might be in the game. We'll see. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, maybe. Next up was Spiritfarer from Thunder Lotus Games. Their most recent game was Jotun, I think.
They did another game as well, Sundered. That's it.
Sundered. Man, that game looks cool too. I haven't played that yet.
Yeah.
It's on my wish list though. So yeah, that game looks cool. It wasn't clear if it was an exclusive. It looks like it kind of might have been. Either way, it's coming out in Game Pass day one, so that's pretty cool. Xbox has been very, very good with indies in Game Pass. We don't have a lot of details on how Game Pass works, but I have seen reports where developers have announced that they do see a surge in sales, and then they also, of course, are compensated on some level when people download them and play them too. We just don't know the specifics, but either way, it looks like it's very fruitful because people keep running to that as a platform, so that's cool.
It's coming to PS4 and Switch as well.
Okay, cool. And the game looks pretty cool. I'm excited. Next up was Battletoads, which we all got a good laugh when they announced that, but I think we were all looking forward to kind of like seeing this in action, and now that we've seen it, Chris, you thinking it looks good? I think it looks kind of neat. It looks kind of like the original Battletoads, but like it looks like it's, I don't know, it looks more chaotic, and it looks like maybe it hopefully won't have the same difficulty level, maybe.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they started off with like that iconic kind of loading screen music. Is that?
Yup. Yeah, that was great. So that's definitely something I'm going to be checking out. We didn't get a release date. We just got to see gameplay, which, I'll take that over the other way around, where we just get a release date without any gameplay. So that's cool. It looks really exciting. I'm definitely going to get that. And is it three players?
3 player, yeah.
3 player, which, couch co-op isn't as big as it used to be at Xbox and PlayStation. So it's nice seeing, this kind of push behind this, that kind of game, being an Xbox, published and developed game. It's cool that, we're still seeing those games pop up. So that's cool. So I'll definitely be getting that. It looks great. The Legend of Wright was shown next. It looks kind of like a fun little indie game. We didn't get to see a ton of information, but it certainly looks interesting. And that's coming out in 2020. We got to see some gameplay. Chris, do you remember anything about that? Did that look cool to you at all?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like that kind of hand-drawn art style. But other than that, we didn't really get too many details about it, so...
Yeah, not too much info, just enough to get us interested, which is that's a good kind of reveal.
Yeah.
So the next up, all of the indies that we saw today are all premiering in Game Pass, which is great. Yeah. They also announced a couple of Game Pass games that are coming out in Game Pass today, June 9th. Arkham Knight, Metro Exodus, which I was like, holy shit, that just came out a few months ago. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess 6 months ago now? 7? I don't know.
It's not even that. It came out in February, I think.
Oh, wasn't that? That was early this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so not too long ago. And unless it changed, I don't think it did. I think the Metro redo, remake kind of, duo for the first 2 games, that was in Game Pass. I think it still is. So cool. Hollow Knight and Handsome Jack Collection from Borderlands are also all added to Game Pass today. So that's pretty great. I mean, even if you spend the standard $10 a month, like just those games alone, you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah.
And the Arkham Knight, I'm sorry, not Arkham Knight, the Arkham Return to Arkham collection, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are in Game Pass as well. That was added recently. So yeah, you could play all the Arkham games and all the Metro games this month and still play some Hollow Knight and maybe get some sleep too.
And they said some sort of pass was $1.
Yeah, right now Game Pass is on sale too. So if you don't have Game Pass currently, it's available for then you could sign up for it. Mm-hmm. Which another thing that they announced today is Xbox Live Ultimate. It's a new membership option. I don't want anybody to worry; it's not replacing standard Gold or standard Game Pass. But if you enjoy both things, you can get them in a bundle for $15 a month, which is a pretty good deal. And here's why I think that's really cool. Before you'd have to do 2 separate memberships, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying now you could just subscribe to that, throw your card on auto pay. And I'm sure they'll have cards for it too that you could buy. And that's what that is. That's the standard price for Game Pass, $10 a month, and then the $5 a month price which is usually just the annual price for a year of gold. So that's pretty cool. They're making it so you can get the lowest cost of gold up month to month. So before I think it's like this on PlayStation Plus too. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can get the lowest price by buying a year up front, but if you're just doing month to month, then you're paying a little bit more. That's how it is in Xbox. Month to month, $10. So I mean, this makes it so you're getting the deal of paying $60 a year for gold, but month to month. So that's kind of cool. And right now it's on sale. You can do $1 for your first month of Xbox Live Ultimate. So I mean, that's a month of gold and a month of Game Pass for $1. That's a pretty great deal. If you already have gold separately or Game Pass separately and you sign up for this, it will, I forgot the specifics, you'll want to check the website, but it'll kind of do a conversion and throw you on that plan going forward. I did that and got, let me see. So my Game Pass was paid up to July of this year, and my gold was paid up to December of this year. And what it did, me paying that $1 to change my membership to Xbox Live Ultimate, was it gave me a month of gold. So now I'm good till January, and it also gave me Game Pass all the way to January too. Sweet. So I essentially got like 6 months of Game Pass for free, so that's pretty cool. Also, today, in other Game Pass news, Game Pass for PC is in beta today.
That's really
the way it worked before, yeah, it's really cool. Now, the way it worked before was any of the titles in Game Pass that were part of Xbox's Play Anywhere, where you can access your save and play on PC as well, those were available to play on PC, but this is kind of a PC focus. So they're going to be, pushing for more PC, games that work. And that's also included in your standard Game Pass plan as well. So if you're wanting to play Game Pass on PC and Xbox, you don't have to have a separate membership, of course, which, that's pretty cool. I mean, I could see companies trying to charge extra for that, so I'm glad that they're just making it one thing,
And also it said there'd be over 70 games on Xbox Game Pass for PC by August.
That's great.
Yeah.
And just as one final reminder, I want to let people know, I subscribe to Game Pass, and I've got probably, I don't even want to think about this, so I'm going to try to forget this memory as soon as I think it. I've got over 200 games that I own in my backlog from Switch and Xbox and PS4 alone. And I still subscribe to Game Pass, not only to support it, but also because there's times that I might not want to play something I'm already playing. I might want to just check out something different. And just booting up Game Pass and just being like, what do I want to check out? And I've discovered stuff that I hadn't played before in there. Like I just started playing Hitman recently, the 2016 Hitman. And that was really cool to just get, just getting to check it out without a separate commitment. This is already, you know what I mean?
I just saw this tweet from GameStop. Okay.
What?
Welp, guess we'll be hanging out with Xbox Game Pass on PC for the rest of the day. Have a good one, y'all.
That's funny.
Hashtag Xbox E3.
That's great. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff to play in there. So that's what I wanted to stress to you, is if you're like, I've already got plenty of things to play I own, it's a pretty great value to check out stuff you haven't checked out, or maybe you don't want to just go buy, but you can discover something that you might not normally have clicked purchase on, as part of your membership. So that's great. So back to games. Microsoft Flight Simulator from Xbox Game Studios was announced for 2020.
Yeah.
Age of Empires 2 HD was announced as well, which we probably saw it coming because they did it with the first one. Mm-hmm. No release date in that one either, but we did get to see some gameplay in Age of Empires 2 HD. I couldn't tell if they were doing gameplay for Flight Simulator. It looked like it was just kind of a cutscene or CG.
Oh no, it was gameplay.
Oh, it was.
That was absolutely gameplay and
fantastic.
Stunning.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So those games are happening. We just don't know when they're coming out. Chris, are you interested in either one of those? I know they're kind of like two older things kind of revived, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I know there's definitely fans of both games, on PC especially, so it's kind of nice to have those announced.
Yeah, I might check out Flight Simulator. I didn't play them growing up, but I know they were a pretty big deal, so I might check it out. Especially since I'm sure it'll be in Game Pass, so I don't have to even, stress, do I want to buy that? No, I could just check it out, So, I promise this episode's not sponsored by Game Pass. I just love Game Pass. It's a great deal. Next up was Wasteland 3 from newly acquired Xbox studio In Exile Entertainment. I think my guess is this is already in development before Xbox acquired them. Yeah. So my guess is that this isn't an exclusive. It's just going to launch in Game Pass and also be available on PS4 and PC.
I'll check that.
So, Chris, are you interested in those games? I haven't played them, but they certainly look cool.
I haven't played them before, but I was laughing throughout the whole trailer that they showed. It was just so ridiculous.
Yeah, it looked fun.
The setting was kind of interesting in Colorado. So yeah, like it's a setting we don't usually see in games, and
it had really
I
fun
had a
humor.
lot of personality. So Wasteland 3 was originally funded through the crowdfunding platforms Kickstarter and Fig in 2016 after the success of Wasteland 2. So thanks Polygon for that. Cass Marshall reported on that, so thank you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. One thing I want to mention to people the one reason I'm so excited about Xbox acquiring inXile Entertainment and Obsidian is because those two studios are usually at the whim of Kickstarter or a publisher, and Obsidian especially. They've had a lot of their games have had bugs and stuff, including one of my favorites, Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. Great games, though. Obsidian's always made great games. I'd like to also reference Fallout New Vegas. Fantastic game. I'd say it's probably kind of the fan favorite for the newer Fallout games, but they've always been really buggy, and that's because publishers kind of put constraints on them, which is healthy to an extent, but they've had deadlines moved and things like that.
Yeah.
So this is good. This means they don't have to stress about finding a publisher to stay afloat. They're just underneath Microsoft's umbrella, and they should be safe. And that's good. They can just focus on making great games, which inXile and Obsidian are both great at doing. So I'm happy about that.
Who's the next developer who got bought out by Microsoft?
Double Fine.
Yeah, man. That's really cool. That's
cool. Along the same lines. They don't have to stress. They don't have to worry about Kickstarter or they can just focus on making great games, which just like the other two studios, they're fucking great at doing. Double Fine is fantastic.
If you've watched Double Fine Adventure, and I definitely recommend watching it, you can see that they were having trouble funding Broken Age. So it's kind of nice to see that Double Fine's getting that support now, and hopefully they'll make a Brutal Legend 2.
Yes. Oh my god, I would love that.
Please.
And anybody who hasn't checked out... Sorry,
I'll buy an Xbox if that comes out.
That'd be really cool. That'd be great if they made that. I would love that. Anybody who hasn't checked out Jack Black's YouTube channel, Jablinski Games, he played some Brutal Legend a few weeks ago, and it was really great.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. So, Psychonauts 2, they showed some gameplay, no release date, and of course that was in development before Xbox acquired them, so that'll still be on PS4 and whatnot. But yeah, I'm glad that I just wanted to take a minute to mention that. I'm glad those three companies don't have to, struggle with Kickstarter. I mean, they were successful on Kickstarter, but it's nice they can just relax and make games now.
And Wasteland 3 is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Okay.
Linux, I think? Mac?
Yeah, interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
So next up was Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which is all 9 films in one game. So that's pretty great. That's going to be episode 1 through episode 9. We already know the first 6 movies in the Lego games were really fun. From Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga. So it's nice because instead of just doing a remaster, they're like just throwing it all in there. So that's fun.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a remaster of the old games or if it's a complete remake. But we'll definitely get all 9 films in the Skywalker Saga in this game. It comes out next year. So
nice. Yeah. Chris, are you going to grab that or what do you think?
I'm not a big Lego guy. Like I kind of lost interest. But it is great for those who love it.
Yeah. For my wife and I, it just kind of depends. Usually for us, if it's an IP we're already interested in, Yeah. So like the Star Wars is a yes, Harry Potter is a yes, and then the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World one was we got that too, and that was really fun. So that's kind of how it is for us. So we'll definitely be getting this, but we don't get every single Lego one. I remember playing Lego City Undercover on the Switch, and I don't usually trade games back in, but that one I did because it was fine. It wasn't for me. So, next up, Chris and I were both very excited for this. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which was the rumored / leaked Dragon Ball Z action RPG, and it looks fantastic.
It's been shown before.
I didn't realize we'd seen stuff. Okay.
It was called Project Z or something, but now it's officially Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I got you. I thought it was just kind of like leaked.
I think it's an open world action RPG, which sounds really cool for the Dragon Ball series. And it's probably going over the anime. So I don't know. It seems interesting. It seems like the next step for the series.
Yeah,
And it's being developed.
And I've always
by
wanted this
too.
kind of game in the Dragon Ball Z universe because it just seems so right for the picking. Like, we love these characters, we love these stories, and we love when they power up. So I mean, like, yeah, put me in that, you know.
And they've also developed the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, and they've done an awesome job at recreating the story and the story modes.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think this will be really good.
Yeah, it looks really good. What was it called? Dragon Ball Z Legacy Goku 2 on Game Boy Advance. That game is still one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games to this day. And that's what it was. It was an action RPG, just, 16-bit.
Yeah.
But it was great. So if it's even half as good as that, I'd be happy. But it looks like it'll be 10 times better somehow.
And that's coming early 2020.
Nice. So 12 minutes. Chris and I were both quiet when this came up because it looked cool, but we were like, okay, what is this? It's an interactive thriller, and it's coming soon. It didn't really say when. I'd probably put my money in a 2020, release. I probably would be this year. This year's already pretty crowded. But yeah, this looked really cool. It was kind of a top-down perspective, and the website for the developers said they were trying to. They're combining like the tension and atmosphere of like The Shining with like Rear Window. So yeah, it looks cool. That's definitely something I'm going to buy day one. Maybe we could even get a review copy and a review for the show. But yeah, it looks pretty great.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
So next up was Way to the Woods from Anthony Tan. We got to see a little bit of gameplay in this one. It looks interesting. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it seems quite interesting. I can't really remember too much about it, but I think it has an interesting art style. It seems like a cool game.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I don't know if it's going to be a day one buy or not. I think if it's should be in Game Pass, I believe, because it's an indie game.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, if it is, I'll definitely check it out day one. If I have to buy it, then I'll check it out at some point. It's definitely on my radar. It looks neat. So these ones we're going to go through really quick because they did a sizzle reel where they just like rapidly showed off a whole bunch of indies. And they said all of these will be in Game Pass day one. I'd recommend checking out. We linked it in the show notes, but for this one, I'd recommend at least watching this part. I mean, it was a cool conference. Watch the whole thing maybe, but at least this part because you get to see a few seconds of gameplay for these for the most part. But it was really quick. So, Dead Static Drive, Pathologic 2, Star Renegades, The Good Life.
Looks sick.
Yeah. Totally accurate battle simulator, which I gotta question that name. I don't know. Is it? Creature in the Well, Killer Queen Black, which Killer Queen Black looks sweet. Riverbond, Unto the End, Blazing Chrome, Felix the Reaper, Undermine, Supermarket Shriek, Secret Neighbor, Eichenfell, Lord of the Rings, living card game, which looked like Hearthstone, but Lord of the Rings. Totem Teller and Crosscode, I believe, were all of them. Hopefully we got them all.
That's the one I'm looking forward to the most, Crosscode.
Crosscode looked cool.
Yeah, Crosscode looks really cool.
Yeah. A lot of really neat stuff in there. And the fact that, like, there were really cool announcements in a sizzle reel alone is really exciting because, like, they didn't spend a lot of time on that sizzle reel. It was quick, but it's still really cool stuff. So, Chris, this next one you looked like you were kind of excited about, and this isn't even something that you're like already invested in.
Oh,
Gears 5. It looked like you thought it looked kind of neat.
I think it looks cool. The way they presented it was really cool.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I was saying. I was saying you're not already playing these games, but you look like
I haven't played these games that much. I dived a little bit into Gears of War 2. And I've played a bit of the Horde mode, but I haven't really got that much of a relationship with Gears just because I haven't got much of a relationship with Xbox. So,
right.
I honestly think they're killing it with these AAA games that they have.
Yeah,
and
it looks pretty great.
I said to you while we were watching it, it seems like they're taking a page from Sony, where they're putting more emotion into these characters. And like it's like God of War, I guess, where like it used to be like this generic kind of action game.
Because at first, when the game first came out, the characters were kind of gruff, and they didn't really talk too much, and they just kind of like oorah, let's kill some grubs, and there wasn't a lot of developed. Yeah, that was cool at the time, but it's nice seeing them. I like what you said, the God of War treatment.
But it's really evolved the gaming industry, so it's nice to see this evolve with the times. And you know, that a war story can be really impactful, and it seems like that's where they're going. So
I know that after all these announcements, and we're not done yet, but I know that after all these announcements, you were thinking that you know, Xbox is looking pretty great. So maybe you'll end up picking up a used Xbox One and checking some of these out.
I might. They're actually really cheap now. But
yeah, you can get a base model.
Yeah, but the thing is that like the lineup of these games, they're cool, but they're not incredible. You know that nothing's like, oh my god, I can't wait for this. You know, like I'm not like
right. That. I see what you're saying. There's not one of these that's selling you necessarily, but as a whole, maybe
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But maybe you could grab like a used Xbox One and like a year Game Pass or something.
Yeah.
Because the base model Xbox Ones, I know you're in Canada, so you guys have what, EB Games up there?
Yeah.
But they're still owned by GameStop, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Okay, so the base Xbox Ones are usually like the 500 gig units are like usually like $149 used at GameStop USD. So yeah, maybe if they do a sale or something.
Here. Yeah, it's around that price here too.
So, a lot of good news about Gears 5. They're kind of rebranding it. So, Gears 5 from the Coalition, we got September 10th for its full release date. The Ultimate Edition, which, you know, will have some extras, and is also is available, you know, 4 days early, is the version that will be in Game Pass. So, if you're curious about the series, you could always just get a month of Game Pass, because the other games are all available in Game Pass as well. Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 through backwards compatibility, and then Gears of War 4. And they also have the remake of Gears of War 1, Gears of War Ultimate Edition in there, so it wouldn't be a bad time to jump in. They're doing a technical alpha on July 17th, and then a Horde mode test or whatever on August 19th, so pretty exciting.
And also, if you pre-order it, you can get like this Terminator skin or something.
Yeah.
So, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look neat, and I'm okay with something being that far removed as like a little fun little pre-order bonus. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. Looks fun. So I've been holding off on getting an Xbox Elite controller because it was rumored that they were going to do a redesign on it, and then they announced that today. So I'm pretty excited because the original Xbox Elite controller is great. Couple of tweaks that would have been welcome, and it looks like we're finally seeing that. So looks pretty great. Not too much to add, but I mean, if you're in the market for like a really good controller for your PC. Or your Xbox One, the Elite controllers are fantastic. Dying Light 2, we got to see some gameplay, and that's coming out in spring 2020. And Chris, we were both looking pretty excited about this. This looks pretty great.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't very happy with the trailer that they showed, but I thought the gameplay looks alright.
I agree. The trailer was kind of but the gameplay.
The trailer was kind of meh. It didn't really impact me at all. And it's got the same voice actor. You know, you could tell. Oh, it's Troy Baker again. Okay, great, awesome, fantastic. He's a great voice actor.
Yeah, but it's just they only had.
It'd be nice to hear some other voices. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's coming spring 2020, right? Did you say that?
Yep, spring 2020. So that looks pretty cool. I agree with you though. The trailer was kind of mad, but the gameplay did sell me. So, Forza Horizon 4 announced their fun little quirky DLC, kind of in line with the Hot Wheels DLC from Forza Horizon 3. Lego Speed Champions. It looks pretty great. It looks fun. It looks just like the Hot Wheels DLC, which this might sound silly, but like it's kind of uncanny to see. The Hot Wheels DLC, they look just like Hot Wheels cars, and I got the same vibe from the Lego DLC. Like it looks, you know. So yeah, really exciting. I mean, and that comes out June 13th, 2020. And of course, Forza Horizon 4 is available in Game Pass, and you do get DLC at a discount if you subscribe to Game Pass and the games in Game Pass. So if you're not wanting to jump all in, but you're wanting to check that out, you could always just get Game Pass and buy the DLC. So Gears Pop, which is a mobile Gears of War game, but with pop figures. They showed some gameplay on it, and they said it was coming soon. That's from Mediatonic. Chris and I both had the same kind of opinion on that, which was like it's a fun little spin-off, and like it's, you know, they're still doing their main thing, so it's fine.
The gameplay kind of looked generic, you know, so that your typical
it did.
Mobile
but I like seeing those cute little pop figures like move around in a gameplay space, you know.
Yeah, it was kind of weird seeing a chainsaw like going through a pop figure. That was kind of weird. But, for a game like that in that style. I was like, okay. And something I would mention as well, like when we talk about this game, is that you're trying to appeal to kids, but like this is a mature rated series. Like it's a really goddamn mature series. So who's this trying to appeal to? You know?
I don't get that vibe. For me, it feels like they're trying to appeal to us, like millennials that like collecting figures, you know, but like a fun little mobile game to play on the go. You know, that's the vibe I got, but I didn't think about what you're saying, and I could see that angle though. Like, even if they're not trying to advertise to kids, they will be.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, no, I didn't think about that. I didn't get that vibe initially.
It's kind of problematic.
Yeah, it's because like even if that's not their goal, that's what they'll end up doing. So, the next thing that's up is they announced an expansion for State of Decay 2, which if you haven't played State of Decay 2 and you've got an Xbox or PC, it's pretty fun. I played it when it first released in Game Pass, and it's pretty fun.
I have to be honest though, I took a break while this was going on, so like I got some water. I was like, okay, I tried. Yeah,
not a bad time to go on a break though, because it was DLC for a game that you're not playing. So yeah,
I don't get the love for this game. I have no idea why people love this game. No idea.
So it's a fun little survival game, and there's like base management. It's very niche, but like it's good. It's
so rough. It is so rough.
It is. But one thing I want to remind you of and our listeners is this game's like $40 full price too. You know, so it's in Game Pass. It's like a $40. Might even be $30, but I think it's $40. So I do agree though. It definitely is rough. But I will say this: they've been supporting it with updates since release. So that's kind of cool.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it is very niche. But yeah, it's a fun little co-op, optional co-op. You don't have to play co-op. Yeah. But you can do same screen co-op, and you know, it's a fun little base management survival game. So yeah, I don't know, but I definitely get what you're saying though, because it does have a very specific appeal. But for those that it appeals to, it's well made for what it is, and it's got some fun stuff. So nice to see some more DLC. Chris, I do want you to do this next announcement because I know you were very excited about this.
I'm not really excited about it, but I think it's really cool that this has happened. So, an RPG that some people have been wanting for almost a decade now is finally coming to the West, and that's Phantasy Star Online 2, which is absolutely crazy because nobody thought this would happen. So this is probably one of the biggest announcements of the show. Sega is bringing this out only on Xbox One from what we know. 8 years after the Japanese release, and it's coming out in spring 2020, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll be America and Canada and Europe from what I gather. Yeah. That's pretty cool. On one hand, I could see some people being kind of bummed out if they're PlayStation only for what they play on, but at the same time, it's got to be said, nothing was stopping Sony from approaching them and saying, hey, let's get this game over here.
I think Xbox put up the money to do it because, you got to pay for the servers, you got to, bring up the localization. And Sony kind of did the same thing, with the Yakuza series, right? So
yeah, that's true.
I know.
So, I don't think it's necessarily a system seller, but I think unless you're very, very, very into this game, then maybe. But I do think it's a very, very cool thing. And I think we're going to see more of that because Phil Spencer's been going to Japan and meeting with people. So I think we're going to see more stuff coming over here, hopefully, which is great.
And, the big issue with the Xbox right now is that, one of the biggest issues, is that it lacks JRPGs. Like, it doesn't really appeal to that audience that much.
They did try that back in the 360 days. Like, Lost Odyssey is an exclusive.
Those games weren't good.
Lost Odyssey is pretty good, though.
Okay.
But no, like Blue Dragon and whatnot, Yeah, Blue Dragon, I wanted to like it so bad because of who was involved.
Infinite Undiscovery.
I didn't like that game. That game had the dumbest name ever.
The Last Remnant.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those definitely were winners.
Was on 360 as well. So there's a few good games in there.
Now we got some good Japanese stuff coming, so that's cool. Yeah. And that might help the appeal of Xbox in Japan. Not this game, but maybe Phil and Xbox working on work, that relationship. So the next game was Crossfire X from Smilegate. This was kind of underwhelming for
Yeah.
For Chris and I. We thought, like, it looks fine for what it is,
But it's one of the biggest games on PC. It makes sense to bring it over to Xbox. And it's like a Korean kind of Counter-Strike game from what I've read. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think it's free to play. Might be a good thing to put on Xbox One. It's coming out in spring 2020. But yeah, the trailer sucked because they didn't show actual gameplay. So
yeah. Oh, I thought they did show gameplay. They didn't?
I don't think they did, from what I saw. It was generic anyway. It was really boring. So yeah, it didn't really impress us there.
There was a really cool announcement, though, for a Japanese game. That was Tales of Arise.
Oh, yes.
And that comes out in 2020, and that looks great.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm so sad that this got leaked, because I would have lost my mind at this game. It looks amazing. Like, it looks beautiful. And it's just
it wasn't clear if that was an exclusive or not, but it does look good.
Such a big difference between Zestiria, the last game, and this one. Like, it seems like a PS2 to PS4 kind of leap. Super excited to play this game. It looks really open. The graphics look amazing, and
it looks very sharp.
It's coming out in 2020, so woo!
Nice. And then speaking of coming soon, or maybe I don't know, today,
it's coming out
Borderlands
today.
2. Borderlands 2, Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary DLC for Borderlands 2 came out today. It is available for free right now. Go get it. If it's if you're into Borderlands, it looks pretty cool. And it bridges the gap between Borderlands 2
and it's free.
And Borderlands 3, and it's free. Like, what more can you ask for? I like that kind of DLC. I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
One of the examples...
Gearbox is super smart, because they just released a Handsome Collection on PS4 and Xbox One through the PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass services.
Yeah.
And they've also got the PC version at 90% off or something like that. So
now is a very good time to just jump into this series.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It looks pretty cool. And I like that kind of DLC, too, that bridges games. I still remember playing The Arrival for Mass Effect 2. That DLC literally ends right when Mass Effect 3 begins. And that's so exciting getting to do that. It's fun.
Life is Strange did that as well. So.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, I can't think about that. I'll be sad. Before the Storm was so good. You're wrong, Stason. If you're listening, you're wrong. I still remember him saying that he didn't like Before the Storm because he doesn't like Chloe, but I think Chloe's awesome.
He's crazy. Like, I didn't like Chloe with the first Life is Strange. And then when I played Before the Storm, I was like, okay, I get you now.
Yeah, you kind of get to know her, yeah. I don't see how you could finish Before the Storm and be like, nope, Chloe's dumb. Like, that's where if you didn't like her, I would think you'd come around. But
yeah, me too.
So, this is a game where I'm sure wherever Joseph was at, he probably started screaming. We knew it was happening. But just getting that confirmation and getting to see it, I wish we had his reaction. No release date yet, but Elden Ring, which is the next game from Software, and is from Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin. It looks... It was a weird reveal, but it's going to be it's exciting. Yeah, it was kind of disappointing, but it's cool to get that, like, we knew it was happening, but it's always nice to get that official confirmation, kind of like with the Avengers game.
Yeah, this was leaked as well, so that's probably why it was disappointing, but it just seems like the world... Like, they didn't really show the world that well, It was kind of like a, what's going on here kind of trailer,
Yeah, but even though it leaked... and I know, it does lessen the blow, but it is nice to get that confirmation, though.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Square finally said, "Hey, we're talking about the Avengers soon," and we all got to go, "I knew it! So, Project xCloud, was, it was already, we already knew it was a thing, but they talked about that a little bit. And, console streaming, for Project xCloud will start in October 2019. From what I understand, it sounds like it'll be kind of like the Vita, where you can play your PS4 games, but I think it sounds like it's going to be on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. I remember on Inside Xbox, Major Nelson, a couple months ago, Major Nelson was talking to Phil Spencer about that, and Phil Spencer's had his own alpha server for this. And when he was in Japan, because he's been like alpha testing it, when he was in Japan meeting with developers, which they dropped that so subtly. He was like, "Oh yeah, well I was doing this." But anyway, he mentioned, Major Nelson mentioned that he'd seen Phil playing Destiny 2, and he hadn't been home. So, and that's when Phil was like, "Oh yeah, I've been playing it on xCloud," and like that's just so cool. Like, what a future we live in, like with the Switch And with Project xCloud and Google Stadia, we're like, it doesn't matter where you are. Do you have your controller? Go ahead. You know? That's so cool.
It's weird we didn't get anything for the Switch. Like, nothing, no mention of Nintendo, but I guess this is Xbox 5.
Yeah, I was expecting that, but...
they didn't really say anything.
Here's what I'm wondering, though. We have a Nintendo Direct on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's when Nintendo.
And when Cuphead was announced on the Switch, that's how they announced it.
Yeah,
so maybe Microsoft's, which is smart for them because it gives them kind of some cross-pollination, some cross-advertising.
It seems like a unilateral kind of benefit, you know, like Nintendo's getting all these games, but how is Nintendo giving back to Microsoft, you know?
Yeah, I'm hoping that we'll see something like that soon. Because here's my thing.
Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah, Banjo. It'd be cool if they put Banjo-Kazooie on the Switch, but then also it'd be kind of cool if we saw, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a game that's not selling systems anymore, but would be cool to experience. And here's my examples, the best ones I can think of. It'd be kind of cool if we saw, like, I don't know, Star Fox 64 on the Xbox and like Halo 1 on the Switch. You know, like, some really, really, really old games that aren't selling a system anymore, but, like, would be kind of neat to experience
like the more
on other
obscure
platforms.
stuff. I'd like to see, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, for sure. Stuff exactly.
Like that on Xbox. That'd be really cool. And that would help Xbox as well, because then they get the JRPG stuff.
Yeah, they're helping each other out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then right after Project xCloud, Phil jumped immediately into Xbox Scarlett, which is... It's what it sounds like is the official name for the next Xbox, which I think sounds neat, you know? That comes out holiday 2020, which is when PlayStation confirmed the PS5 would come out too previously. And so that's going to be exciting. And here's what I like too. That gives everyone about a year and a half to just start setting money aside for one or both of the consoles they want to play, you know?
What's the price? What do you think of the price?
Yeah, no price point. I'm thinking 400.
Really? I'm thinking 5.
I think 5 would be avoided because of the reception before.
We'll see.
Although that was with a forced bundled Connect. So I'm honestly, I'm okay with paying $500 for a PS5 and $500 for an Xbox Scarlett. I really am.
Yeah. I
understand some people might want to hold off and wait for a bundle. But, I mean, with as much as you and I and Joseph like games and with us covering them, I don't like to sit there and be like, oh, I wish I could play that game, but I didn't grab that. You know what I mean? I like to just have them all. I remember being a kid and reading through my Game Informers, and I remember, like, I'd be reading about a new game being announced, right? And I'd be scouring the page, looking to see, is it going to be in the system that I have? And so ever since I, got a good job and, whatnot as an adult, I like to avoid that. I don't want to have that, like, do I get to play it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So that's why I like to just get them all. So I usually play all my third-party stuff on Xbox for the most part, but I like to have PlayStation systems so I can play their great games too, and Nintendo's great games. So on Nintendo Switch. So
I wish I had that money.
Well, you got time to save up though.
Yeah, I do. You
got 18 months.
Yeah,
just set aside like $20 a month.
Okay, I'll do that.
And that'll make it easier, when the time comes.
Yeah,
it's not going to pay for it all, but that'll make it a little easier. Because that would be. How much would that be? I'm not exactly a mathematician, so forgive me. I work in IT.
480.
So,
there's some 400 probably around there.
360 USD.
350. Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, no, I see your point. But one thing that helps too is just pre-ordering at your store of choice. For me, it's GameStop, and then just put money on it here and there.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to walk in there and drop $1,000. You just get to walk in there and pick them both up and feel like you got them for free, even though it's a lie and you've been putting money aside for the last year. But so very excited. And then they also showed they didn't show gameplay, but they did show what looked like an in-engine cutscene for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
And we did get the confirmation that will be a launch title with Xbox Scarlett. So
it looks stunning.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The facial animation looks fantastic.
You can see the ray tracing as well.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
And I know Halo 5 wasn't received super well. I mean, I enjoyed it for the most part, but it's definitely not my favorite. But I do want to say, I mean, anybody that might be frustrated with this being a launch title for Xbox Scarlett, we did get Master Chief Collection, and we did get Halo 5 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we still got plenty of Halo on Xbox One. And who knows, maybe they'll do kind of a cross-release where we get kind of an Xbox One.
I honestly hope they don't. Because, you'd have a more higher fidelity game if they just develop for one console. But
yeah, that's true.
I do want to go
maybe
into
you'll be able to
this.
stream it.
Maybe, yeah, you can.
Maybe on Project xCloud you'll be able to stream it without. I don't know. We'll see. But that could be cool. But yeah, Chris, do you want to talk about what they did talk about in the Xbox Scarlett specs?
Yeah, so Chris Plante reported this for Polygon, so thank you, Polygon, for that. So a promotional video featuring various Xbox employees promised variable refresh rates, real-time ray tracing, 8K resolution, and frame rates up to 120 frames per second.
120, man.
Which is crazy. And the new SSD that has upwards of 40 times better performance over the current generation. And the tech at the heart of the console, which Microsoft said is 4 times as powerful as the Xbox One X, will be a custom chip. Which is already,
stupid powerful, so that's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah. It will be a custom chip based on AMD's Zen 2 and Navi technology. Nuts. Absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds pretty on par with what the PS5 specs are.
Yeah, yeah.
They kind of went into more details than
no matter PS5, what system you're playing on, you're going to have a good time this next gen, you know? They're bringing their A game, both companies, so it's exciting.
Yeah, and also, I think Sony has to reply to this. They have to show one game.
Yeah, this is going to push Sony to reply, I think, yeah.
They have to do something. Yeah, pretty soon.
Even if they weren't planning on giving, kind of any more specifics, soon, I feel like they will now, so... and we've learned from Sony's response to the original vision for the Xbox One and its take on used games. We've learned that Sony can respond quick when they need to.
Yeah.
So, that was a great video. But yeah, so we've got a link to a Kotaku article that shows everything Microsoft announced if you want to kind of scroll through it. It's pretty in line with our show notes, though, of course, but we still linked that. And then we also have in our show notes the YouTube link to Xbox's conference. And honestly, this is one of those shows where, even the presentation itself was solid, I think. It was a fun watch.
Yeah, it wasn't solid. It wasn't amazing. I'd give it a B, personally. They succeeded.
Yeah, I'm good with a B, though. Yeah.
It wasn't... They didn't have, anything like Final Fantasy VII Remake or Shenmue 3 or something like that. But, I don't know.
I will say, and if you listen really closely, you can hear PlayStation's E3 conference. Let's listen. Just kidding. It was better than Sony's, though. And for anyone who thinks I'm fanboying, look, I've got my PS4 sitting 5 feet, next to me over here, and I'm really bummed out. I know E3 is changing in the age of the internet, but here's my thing: even if Sony just wants to do a super high quality conference that's just a video that you stream like Nintendo's Direct, that would be fine. But definitely Sony next year, come on, please don't skip out in E3. Even if you're doing your own take on it, do something, because. Man, Chris and I and Joseph and so many people, I'm sure anyone listening too, we love this time of the year. We love just getting to sit around, a computer screen or a TV screen, just soak in all these announcements.
It's fun.
It's good for everything but our wallet, but it's exciting.
Even though I was wrong, it was fun just shouting, is that Alan Wake 2? Is that Alan Wake 2? Oh my god, Josh, no!
Oh man. So, I'm still holding out hope for Alan Wake 2 and or really Quantum Break 2. Yeah. But, well, Chris, do you want to, and just a heads up, if you're interested in the other conferences at all, we'll be covering those as well, all the major ones, like I said at the beginning of the show. Bethesda's coming up next, and we're going to be covering that as well. Ubisoft, Square Enix, Nintendo, and Chris, I hope Sony does something, even if it's just like a 30-minute little video.
They said they won't do anything around E3, but I'm sure
I hope they just change their mind and do one soon.
In a week, maybe.
Yeah, I want something. I love PlayStation. I really do, and I want something.
Maybe we'll get that Last of Us 2 announcement.
Oh, man. Dude, and see, I know it was delayed, but, that's fine. Just give me some more trailer, okay? Just give me a little bit more.
Yeah.
I just need something to tie me over. It's like a drug.
I don't need to see any more of that game, really. I just want to see more IP from Sony. That's the smaller stuff, I'd like to see a remake of Vape Escape and stuff like new PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Just some crazy surprises that we used to have from Sony that are now, they're gone almost, They've been gone for the last few years.
I think we talked about this already, but I just want to remind you of it. I think all cards are on the table and anything's possible as far as PS1 remakes go with the Medieval remake. As much as I love Medieval, it was a smaller and more niche, game at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if we got a remake for Medieval and Parappa, which I know Parappa had a pretty big presence comparatively, but I'm just saying, with those games having a remake and putting the PS4, especially Medieval's remake being from the ground up, I think anything's possible. I think we could totally get Ape Escape 1 and 2 and
my god,
stuff like that.
Please. But yeah, that's probably the end of the show. I do want to mention, like,
do you want to touch on what we've been playing really quick?
Yeah, we will have lower audio quality with this episode, so sorry about that. It's just less kind of like a time frame for us to edit these together. So, I want to apologize for that, but I still think it's going to be really good. The discussions
really
we
fun.
have and the audio quality is still...
Usually we spend like a couple
good.
hours editing, and we're probably going to spend 30-40 minutes just kind of getting it up.
Yeah, exactly. So...
But, Chris, what have you been playing? Let's jump into that really quick before we run off to the Bethesda stream soon.
Wow, okay. You've got me, like, really quick. So I'm surprised.
On the spot.
I've been playing Borderlands 2 recently.
Nice. And you got
collection.
that DLC now.
I will be playing that DLC, but I have a lot of content to go through still. Like, I haven't played the DLC stuff for Borderlands 2. So I'm going to be diving into that once I finish the main campaign. So I think I got 50 or 60 hours into that coming in.
Right.
Other than that, not too much. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else. So
at least you're playing a really solid game though. So I mean, that's always fun. Devoting all your time to that one game.
And I'm going to be diving into Resident Evil 2 soon. So
nice. Oh, you're going to have so much fun, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's still my game of the year, and it's still Joseph's too.
Oh, I have played another game, Jump Force. I played that a bit.
What'd you think? I've heard mixed things on that.
It's the fighting game based on Shonen Jump, where all these characters from Shonen Jump's history come to Earth to try to save them from evil beings, evildoers. It's okay.
That's kind of what I'm hearing for everybody. It's all right.
I like the fighting system. It's fun. It's actually really action-packed. I like how you can change your character with different moves, and the outfits are a little lame because they're basically copies of the characters in the game, so it's very lazy. So you can't really make your own character, really, like how you want them to look. The story mode's a bit bad. There's some good references to the anime here and that people are from here and there. But like the animations are shockingly bad. But I've been having fun with it. I'm going to keep playing it. Thank you to my library for letting me play this without buying it. So
there you go. Yeah, then no matter what, it's like at least you didn't spend any money.
Check your local public library, by the way. Hot tip.
I live in a really small town in America, and like, and same thing. No, I was going to say even my library's got games at it.
Wow. Check your local library then, because you can.
Yeah, it's got PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, and I haven't been there in a few months. I don't know if they've got Switch yet, but
shout out to the Evanston Public Library because they let me have 5 games at a time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I've been playing Doom 2016 mostly. I'm still working on a Plague Tale, Innocence, of course, that we'll be doing a review episode on sometime next week. But other than that, I've just been playing Doom. Been having a lot of fun with Doom, and I cannot fucking wait for Doom Eternal to be talked about more tonight at Bethesda's conference, which we'll be recording a little over an hour from now, and then we'll have it uploaded a little after that, hopefully. So thank you again, everybody, for stopping in. If this is your first time listening to us, we do a weekly episode every week, and we do news. We do sometimes we do a topic, sometimes we just do news, and we also talk about what we've been playing. And we normally have Joseph Yaden with us as well, but of course he is at E3 for PlayStation Lifestyle this weekend. So thank you everybody for stopping by. Chris, where can people find you when you're not in Active Quest?
Yeah, you can find me at Penwell Writes on Twitter, and I write reviews for Rapid Reviews UK, but nothing's really come up because it's E3 season, so it's not much to write about right now. Right.
Okay, and you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Josh Nichols and on Twitch at JerkJersh77. And then you can find Active Quest on Twitter, Instagram, we have a Facebook, and you can also find us on any podcast platform you listen to for the most part.
iTunes,
if
Stitcher,
we're not there, please tell us.
TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, and also you can subscribe through our RSS feed.
Yep, so if you came across this on a platform we don't usually use, check out your preferred platform because we should be there. If we're not, let us know. We'll get it on there. So thanks again, everybody, and I hope everybody has a great time at E3 and listening to the E3 coverage. All right, bye.